What's up YouTube, Gemini13 here, back with another Gemini Jet 1400 scale review. And today I got my first Gemini Jet 1400 A320neo. This is actually an unexpected plane that I was actually purchasing because I had never had any plans of getting Volaris plane. Volaris, Interjet, and Aeromexico used to run charters on a Saturday/Sunday basis in the summer months and spring months. So it would be kind of weird. It would alternate. Sometimes Aeromexico would be running it, sometimes Volaris or Interjet. And it was actually really neat. But I never got the airplanes because it wasn't consistent enough to get an individual Volaris or Interjet. Because I can't remember the last time Volaris did charters. I think the most recent one was Interjet, and Aeromexico was probably back in 2015. So, anyways, I'm proud to announce that November 22nd or November 23rd, whatever that Wednesday is. The Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I believe it is, Volaris is actually starting scheduled service to Charlotte Douglas International Airport on an A320 from Guadalajara. I hope I pronounced that right. That sounds about right. From Guadalajara to Charlotte and then back to Guadalajara. It should be about a 3-hour, 50-minute flight eastbound, and then coming back west should be about 4.5 hours. So a pretty long flight. It's going to be operated by the A320. So gave me a really good excuse to pick up the A320neo, which is sitting right here. So, again, we'll start with the box, because actually I was very surprised at how nice of a box this was. This is a phenomenal box. This plane came out in 2017, so it's actually not that old of a release. I'm not 100% sure what release it came out of, because I usually forget all that stuff. But it did come out last year. And so here's the box. So Volaris, if you don't know, is a Mexican-based airline. It's a ultra low-cost carrier. So for my friends in the United States, that would be like a Frontier Airlines or a Spirit Airlines. So that's basically their version of Spirit/Frontier in Mexico. They were founded in 2004, and I believe they began operations in 2005. Now, as of now, they are a total Airbus narrow-body operator. They have 319s, 320s, 320neos, and then the 321s. I believe recently with the Frontier, they have like 78 320neos on order, so these guys are going to do rapid expansion. So them coming to Charlotte was a total surprise to me, but when I looked up on their fleet and I discovered that they had like 80 planes on order, I was like, these boys are about to really start expanding everywhere that they can fly their planes. So anyways, here's a good looking box. I always love their tail. I have pictures of these guys in Charlotte, and it was always a pleasure seeing them. I just never thought one day I'd get scheduled service from them. So when this was announced back in August, but actually it was announced August 4th. August 4th, I believe it was announced. And I was bouncing off walls because I was like, wow, we got our 10th carrier now. It's a cool airline. 2 flights a week, better than nothing. I expect them to go up to three weekly if they do good. And hopefully 4 would be my ultimate goal. 4 weekly would be my ultimate goal, but that might be pushing it. But anyways, there's the box. This is actually my first Neo, like I mentioned. So when I opened this part up, the information was actually nice because it was next-gen information from what we're used to, the narrow bodies of the Airbuses or anything that is not Neo or 737 MAX or 350. So if you'd like to pause there and read the literature there, go for it. Actually, I was reading a little bit of it too for once. So this is, like I said, this is an A320neo. Registration is November 528, Victor Lima, and then the Pratt & Whitney engines, and was delivered September 12th of 2016. So it's a 2-year-old plane, almost 2-year-old plane. As of today's date is the 29th, I believe, of August. I'm not sure, or whatever date it is. But anyhow, there's that. And then there's where the plane was. So I love how they got those little prism-looking boxes, squares there on each corner. That's awesome. It's an awesome plane, guys. So here's the side, other side, and then here, and then I get you to the back side. There's the back. Boom. All right. So you see already, I'm gonna take note. There's our metrics for today's video for our rating of the airplane. And I hope I don't get too many 5s out from these planes I just got, because I'm kind of nervous I'm going to give all of them a 5-star here, because from what I've seen so far, they're awesome looking. But let's get to the plane. Here we go. So we got so this is a Neo. So basically, this Neo engine, from what I've seen, or from what I've looked at on the plane, looks very good proportion-wise to the model itself. Now, if you've seen the review I've done on the American 321, the Neo engine looks like they took the engine on this Volaris and put it on the American 321, which is not a Neo plane. So for this actually looks like, I mean, I can't even complain about this. That the Neo engine looks pretty proportional to what it should be. I'm gonna slide the camera over to see how the sunlight is. I'm not used to recording in a different location, but here's the nose gear. So the nose gear looks pretty good. The tires look pretty close together. I mean, it looks like they could be a little closer, but I've seen way worse than that. So I don't think I'm not gonna pamper too much over that. We'll go back to the mains here. Let me focus that better. It's a shame I'm not on the other side because the light's over there, but I think what I'll do is I'll close this and then use that natural light from the lamp. The mains look perfect. No complaints there. Going back to the plane, here's the tail. Has their cool little Volaris unique tail design, which is really nice to see. And then just there's the registration with the Mexico flag. It's actually my first airline that's based out of Mexico model. I actually do not have a Mexico-based airline model until now. So that's pretty cool. I just realized that as well. I didn't put two and two together. And then there's some words in Spanish. I took Spanish in high school. I cannot depict all of that for you. Actually, yeah, I can. I want to say the start A320neo something North America. So this was I'm making a fool out of myself because I took Spanish 2 years in high school, freshman sophomore year. So that was a while ago. So please don't that's bad. So but yeah. So we'll move on to the details. The fuselage, like I said, I've kind of been scanning through the fuselage. The printed detail is awesome. The winglets, or the sharklets I should say, have perfect detail. They have the stripes located correctly, because I was looking at some pictures, of the winglets. Sharklets, my goodness. And the purple stripe is in accurate position. The library actually reminds me of Azul a little bit, now that I think about it. Actually reminds me just of Azul. Because Azul's is pretty similar to this, honestly. But moving on to the engine itself, like the details of it, it's, above the ground enough. It's got its red lining. It's got all the engine details you would expect. It has the logo on the outside of the engine. I don't recall them being on the inside. I don't think Volaris has theirs on the inside, because like JetBlue has like JetBlue.com on the inside of the engine. I don't think Volaris does that for that logo. Everything's printed really, really well. And then scanning on back to the kind of like the side, undercarriage side of it, it's got all the little outlines of where the baggage goes, where the extra compartments open up to load stuff. Same for the front. Airbus is an awesome plane. I'm such an Airbus fan. I love the wider fuselage. I love the fact that not even from a ramp perspective, I feel like the Airbus planes can carry more cargo and stuff because the doors look huge, and from what I've seen, I thought they carry more stuff compared to a Boeing, but I've never been inside, so I can't really say anything. And then antennas are looking on point. There's no scuffs, nothing. There's the 3 antennas on the top. Looking at the fuselage, everything's connected. There's no like jagged stuff. Everything looks actually properly put together. I'm not seeing any scuffs around the plane itself. Going on top of the wing here, you have your registration, which apparently other airlines, everything is besides the United States, it seems like carriers put their registration on the wing above it or below it. Now we'll have to zoom back here and go under here because I'm not sure. I haven't looked under here yet, but I'm assuming it has yeah, it does. So yeah, there's the registration below the wing, and all the details are present. You got where your landing lights would be, your beacon, all that good stuff. Got the stand cut out. Yeah, I mean this is a solid plane. I'm surprised because I was actually a little nervous getting this plane because if you've seen the recent review of my what was it? The American 321, the absolute dumpster fire of a model airplane. That was horrible. So I was a little skeptical about this plane because this was my first Neo, and I was like, oh boy, if the engines on the 321 are huge, I can't wait to see what the Neo is. It's probably bigger than the freaking wing itself and something silly like that. But good plane, boys. Good plane. Very good plane. Just give you a couple more angles, and then we'll cease the video. Oh yeah, so like the turbofans itself look pretty good. And there's a little bit of a scuff right there. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about when I get my finger out of the way. There's a little bit of scuff between the outer rim of the silver part between the black part. There's a little bit of sloppiness there, but that's that's all right. That's all right. Oops. Oop. Oh yeah, so zooming in a little more. Yeah, landing gear is, you can tell the front landing gear is actually a little bit apart. The mains are perfect. The front landing gear not so good. Kind of see if I can press in on that. Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah, that don't really work too well. And then that, so that's the Volaris A321 1:400 scale. To give you my final conclusion on it, if I recommend it, I absolutely recommend the plane. I'm not sure if you need the plane, because the way I've been doing my collecting my airplanes, I've just been getting based off of what I need for my model airports that I do. So that's kind of why I never got this. Just because I don't have, I've been in school, so I'm more conservative on models. It's not like when I was a kid and working back home, I had more options to get different airplanes when I, wanted to. But it's a little different now. So that's why I got the Volaris. I did get the Icelandair because that's just, that's straight fire. But anyways, we'll go to our little grading rubric right here. So highly collectible. Yep. Superior quality. Yep. Realistic landing gear. Almost. The mains are perfect. Nose gear needs improvement. The tires need to be closer together. Not so spread apart like that. As real as it gets, yep. So, to conclude the video, I'm going to give this plane a 4 out of 5. Really, really good. The only thing that really... The reason this is not a 5-star is because the fact that the landing gear, the nose gear is not what it should be. It should be a little closer together. For example, let me grab something here. I'll grab like a JetBlue 321. Here's a JetBlue 321. See how much closer that is? That's how it should be. And then this is a little more further apart. But nothing, that's not bad. I'll take that over wings falling off, wrong irregular sized engines, horizontal stabilizers falling apart, and I'll take that any day. So you're definitely getting a 4 out of 5 on this plane. Highly recommend it. This plane was also purchased from Diecast Jets. I believe it was $31, either $31 or $33. I can't remember 100%, but it was one of those two prices. Highly recommend ordering from there for the like I specified in the Icelandair video, for their rewards program. It's a very good program. But anyhow, that will conclude this video. Thanks guys for watching the video. Give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. We're pumping videos out on a consistent basis now. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks again for watching.